Do you ever wonder what it is like to be a dream stan in real life? I always hear stories about dream stans in the wild doing absolutely bizarre things with an unshakable lack of any self-awareness, but, until very recently, I could only dream about what it must be like to experience the full force of a dream stan firsthand. How does someone so degenerate and lost in their own world function in normal society? Well, in this case, they couldn't, and the cost was deadly. It all started with a simple prank, a harmless prank that should not have gone wrong in any way. But the prankster had no idea what he was getting into. He thought he was just playing a funny joke, but the joke ended up becoming a tragedy. I go to middle school in a small town in the greater Cincinnati area. It's a typical small town school, the kind of place where everybody knows everybody else. But there was one boy who stood out from the rest, a boy who was the subject of many stories and rumors. His name was Dylan, and he was absolutely obsessed with the Minecraft YouTuber TommyInnit, or so the stories said. He would wear the same clothes, act the same way, and even make videos of himself doing Minecraft challenges. Everyone thought it was weird and a bit creepy, but no one could have predicted what would happen next. One day, Dylan decided to take things a step too far. He thought it would be funny to stage a prank at the school, pretending to be TommyInnit himself. He dressed up in costume and tried to get everyone in the school to believe that he was the Minecraft YouTuber. But, unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. As soon as Dylan entered the school, it was clear that something was off. People began to whisper and point, and some even screamed. He tried to explain that he was just playing a prank, but no one believed him. Dylan, who had been so confident and sure of himself a moment ago, now felt helpless and exposed. His mesh backpack did not do a good job of hiding what he had brought to school with him. The principal was called and Dylan was ushered away to the school office, where he was questioned and searched. In his backpack, the principal found what he had been hoping not to find, a dead hamster. You see, one of our classmates, Kane, was known at school for his pranks, you know. The typical class clown. He sometimes teased people, but always playfully and never going too far. However, Kane's latest prank on Dylan was the straw that broke the camel's back. At lunch, while Dylan was watching a TommyInnit video on his phone, Kane walked up behind him and said, "God forbid, TommyInnit." Kane didn't think much of it, laughing to himself as he walked away. But he did not consider the effect this would have on Dylan. Dylan was irate, and this time there was no turning back. He ran after Kane and tackled him to the ground, causing an uproar in the school cafeteria. The two were separated, and Dylan was suspended from the school for 2 weeks for fighting. Dylan blamed Kane for his suspension, and decided to get his revenge in the worst way possible. Kane's younger sister also went to the same school, and it was her pet hamster that Dylan had taken and killed. The teachers were horrified and the entire school was shaken. Dylan had gone too far, and everyone knew it. Kane in particular was enraged, but he didn't want to provoke Dylan any further, worried that he would do something worse to him or his family. The school board was quick to take action, expelling Dylan immediately. He was also charged with animal cruelty and sent to juvenile detention. The entire experience was traumatic for all involved, and a lesson was learned: pranks may seem harmless, but can quickly spiral out of control and lead to disastrous consequences. Everyone at school changed after that day. We were more careful about how we treated each other and more aware of our actions. I haven't heard about Dylan since, and Kane's family left Ohio for good after the incident. Yet, somehow the story doesn't end here, and this is where it gets way more disgusting. TommyInnit's Twitter, who had heard the story in the news, turned Dylan into an icon for the fandom. Idolizing a clearly unstable person who killed an innocent girl's pet is beyond my comprehension. But I am not surprised Twitter came to this conclusion, almost poetically. Dylan became a symbol for a fandom that is quickly becoming more toxic and dangerous than ever before. Thank you for watching.